management is one of the most important things you can do to help your team lead, manage and coach in a super effective way. And one of the things that we love is the simplicity of breaking this down into every listing and every property that sits in property management can be classed as a green property, an amber property or a red property. So what do we know? Traffic lights. So a green property means it is set to take to market in a brilliant way. If it's on a sales side, property management, a green property means it's leased, tenants are great, they're paying on time, the maintenance issues are all fantastic, the landlord is actually investing in the property and upgrading it in an effective way. And then you soften it for obviously amber and red. And the interesting thing is if you've got amber property managements or you've got red property managements, that's a serious issue, and you want to have an ability to escalate that within the team. That escalation within the team means that either the senior property manager or the head of property management or you get to know about this and say, what are we doing to get this property from red to amber and ultimately back to green? By the way, if you can't get a red back to green, it could be the time to actually ask that landlord to take their property somewhere else. You want to have a clean portfolio from a property management point of view. We've got fantastic momentum occurring. So let's put property management aside for the moment and really focus in on the sales side of the business. At your weekly meetings, I fundamentally believe you need to have a situation where you're having a discussion with your team as to what's green, what's amber and what's red. And then with a stock management focus, we want to get into the mode of what are the 3 MIAs, most important actions we need to do to move this green property to get it sold this particular week. So really creating some urgency around it. What is the strategy here? If it's an amber, what are the 3 MIAs we're going to do to move this amber to a green this particular week? And if it's a red, what are we doing to move this red listing into an amber and ultimately to a green? Or we might skip it and go straight from red to a green. It's a super simple concept, but when you focus on these MIAs, it means that the next meeting you can do, and all our meeting formats have a review and a preview focus. So let's review what's happened last week. Let's review how we've moved these particular properties and advanced our thinking and advanced the ability for this property to be sold. That could be either buyer conversations and or seller conversations that's having a significant impact on moving things forward. Stock management is unbelievably important. And when you do this effectively, you'll be 1, selling more properties. 2, the team will understand better what does a green property look like and how do we make sure we move someone from an amber to a green as quickly as possible. So rather than having something hanging around, and by the way, I know some of you heard me talk about the concept of all stock is not necessarily listing. You've got listings and you've got liabilities. How do you flip a liability to a listing? Because that's when it is destined to sell. And last time I checked, when it sells, that's when the show me the money happens.